I think if you go back to the policies that we have, which is pronounced with top priority in the manifesto, that's the One Teacher, One Tab program, multimedia classroom. Those are technological intervention, because we understand the big problem in our education system is lack of equality, lack of fairness. The content that we have in the classroom in Dhaka is very different than the content that you have in Dinajpur. The content that you have in Chittagong is very different than the content you have in Cox's Bazar. Primarily because there is a disparity in the manuals, in the teaching methodology, in the quality of teachers. So you want to have technological intervention, which is an idea of our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Tareq Rahman, when he was in London. He saw how the classrooms were integrating technology. So to address that, we believe first priority would be to train teachers. Historically, the best teachers are normally in the major cities. The rural area you go, the farther grassroots you will see teachers not interested in serve there. So we need to create an ecosystem where teachers in the rural areas are trained well enough. That is the very reason why we plan to introduce One Teacher, One Tab, which means every teacher in Bangladesh, starting from the primary school, they will have one tablet computers. Now with these computers, I think software and the content is far more important than the hardware itself. What it means, we're gonna convert our curriculum to a digital curriculum that, for instance, in any topic or any subject, it's gonna have content tailored for the kids, cartoons, images, videos, documentaries, and that will enable the teachers to train themselves as well based on the same content. The finest teachers in Dhaka, the content that they get access to will have the same content in the remote villages. That is the main concept. Also, we see historic inefficiency in training teachers. Many of them have to travel to Dhaka just to get the training. Many of the training don't have certification, and even in some cases there is certification, but there is disparity in quality as well. So this One Teacher, One Tab program, it will standardize their training, their certifications. So the ethos of One Teacher, One Tab program is standardization of educational curriculum, standardization of training for the teachers. And of course, it is important as an AI tool as well, because essentially it's all about creating the database of the teachers all over Bangladesh, and the number will be way above 500,000. For all these teachers, we need to create a database and insert all the data, which will be valuable to understand their customized needs. What are the expertise they need? What are the training they need? How are we going to track and monitor them? And this One Teacher, One Tab program is interconnected with digital classrooms as well. Starting with class 1, we're going to introduce at least one digital classroom for each class. What it means, we're going to merge the traditional teaching methodology with the innovative teaching methodology and the content that we're going to prepare for the tablet computer that will be used as a tool to deliver teaching for the students as well. These two, One Teacher, One Tab program and digital classroom, will be the technological intervention with a clear goal to reduce inequality and disparity and to promote a degree of standardization and benchmarking when it comes to fairness. For both of these programs, AI will play an instrumental role. And beyond that, if you know, the pilot projects have already started. Family card, farmers card, will be introducing health card, expatriate card. All these will be big data intervention. We'll have millions of people in each database. And it's all about their behavior, their background, their demographic. And this will help us to have information-driven, informed intervention for policy making. How we use the AI will be integral to the success of our projects. ICT Ministry, Rehan Bhai is here, they're playing an instrumental role. But what was missing historically was the ecosystem where all the crucial stakeholders are integrated. Our goal is not just technological intervention, but also integration of experts, stakeholders, and taking the best practices. So contextual application of global best practices in Bangladesh, that's the way forward we will have. So going back to your question, AI will play an instrumental role for sure. definitely the buzzword that we have, that must be translated in practice with the right people in the right places, with the acumen and knowledge they have. It's in a way a knowledge transfer, because the word is more used rather than being practiced in Bangladesh. So we need the right people to work in the right places, as I mentioned, to implement AI. And in this digitalization process, it has to be meaningful to change the lives of the people. We heard digital Bangladesh, but it was never transpired in practice. So when we talk about use of AI in our policy making, we have to ensure that those are translated in a meaningful way that will truly change the face of Bangladesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahadi sir. I think that was very, very well said. Especially like how you say that this gives access, this reduces inequality, increases equity, and also you mentioned the human AI collaboration, because otherwise if it doesn't impact positively, it's not going to work. Mahadi sir, I'll come back to you. You have distinguished something called between a certificate and capacity, right? Certificate doesn't mean capabilities or capacity. And now in this artificial intelligence economy, as we move like very, very fast, what does capacity look for like a student of a class 10 who have just finished their SSC exam or A level exam? What does capacity look like in the future?
Right, thank you. I think not class 10, for third year student, I think the capacity is what Rehan bhai just explained as a student, that innovation, that creativity, that knack to solve real life problems. That's what we want to impair in our students. As our Honorable Prime Minister has said repeatedly, even during the election campaign, we envision an education sector where our students will be trained not only for certification. That's very important for sure, but on top of that, we need to give them the values and principles to become good citizens. We need to train them with the quality, with the capability and capacity, as you've said, to thrive in real world, whether as individuals to become employees or entrepreneurs. So those transferable skills, interpersonal skills, those are imperative. We have a plan to transform our education system with, I would say, a slogan, learning with happiness. What it means, from class 6, we're going to introduce a new subject, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will not be graded, it's just pass or fail. And in the learning with happiness subject, students will do more hands-on things in the class. It will not be an enforced curriculum, which we have seen historically. More of how to build teamwork, how to interact with people, how to use computers with Microsoft Suite, how to generate creative ideas. We want to create an infrastructure. As Rehan bhai has said very eloquently, the government's role we see is more as a policy-making facilitator, creating the infrastructure. The untapped potential that we have, thanks to the demographic dividend, there is an enormous number of young people who have the creativity, the innovation, but don't have the facilitation from the government. We want to give them an opportunity to shine in their own areas. It's not that everyone needs to be a doctor or engineer. Someone might be a good artist. Someone could be a good singer, a musician. We want to give everyone the same opportunity. Already you have seen a thriving education system for sports as well. Someone may take up sports as a profession. So the culture of enforcing someone's career or of determining it by the guardian, I think we need to depart from that. Every individual, every student should have a choice what he or she wants to become. And it's the job of the state, as our Honorable Prime Minister has repeatedly mentioned, the government should facilitate that with the right policies, with the right infrastructure. So when we talk about capacity, we mean we will impart the students with the values and principles to become good citizens, the technicalities and transferable skills so that they are employable or they have the right tools to become entrepreneurs. In the tertiary level, we want to create that platform, that ecosystem where by connecting the dots, we can help them commercialize their ideas through innovation competitions. Many of the students like Chorcha, the founders of Chorcha, they have brilliant ideas. They are solving the real life problems, but they are not getting the right platform. They are not getting recognized. So if we work to streamline the company registration and entrepreneur process, we have planned for one-stop solution in the district level, which means from company registration to get it up and running, we're going to do it all through ICT will play a significant role in that as well. So if we streamline the company operations process, if we give them right training, right tools through tertiary education, if we forge more industry-academia collaboration, which has been missing for a long time, I think many things can be done. Bangladesh has historically untapped population where they are struggling because of red tape. We're gonna go hard against red tape and ensure that we get rid of corruption as much as possible in a practical way. We have means and certain methodologies to implement that, but the main goal is to give every youth, every child an opportunity to shine in their own preferred, respectful way, not enforcing a particular career track. And also decentralization will play an incredible role in this. It's not that you need to be in Dhaka to shine. It should be in the rural areas with the connectivity, with digital space. You can make the world smaller. And we want to give that faith, that confidence in every individual that no matter where you are, you may not have the physical infrastructure. Probably you don't have the best road, but if we have the best digital connectivity, we can truly reduce the disparity and give everyone the same access. But to make this happen, again, as the facilitator, government will lay out the plan, the vision, but we need tremendous degree of public-private partnership in every possible way. The public sector will show the path, but the private sector will basically lead it with the innovation, with the creativity, with the know-how, and state-of-the-art tools to make it happen. Facebook, Meta, that in itself is a great example. I think this is the singular most used platform in Bangladesh. Many of the procrastination happens in Facebook, as well as a lot of productive work. Even in the elections, Rehan and I was there. Facebook or Meta, Bangladesh people mostly use Facebook, just I'm saying, it became a battleground of election victory. What it means, we have millions of people using it. Many of them for recreation, but many also, they earn their living based on Facebook, based on the AI. You have tremendous entrepreneurial spirit, a lot of startups using Facebook to earn their livings. AI plays a great role there as well. With that power that Meta has, that comes with a responsibility from all of us as well. So Meta, on the one hand, it in a way becomes a platform for many entrepreneurs, many people to employ. The e-commerce that's in many ways built upon Meta platform for I would say millions of individuals. So we appreciate the role, that opportunity. But at the same time, representing the government, now that I got a platform because you're here from Singapore, we are also facing a problem about disinformation campaign. Cyber security is a big issue. For many of the women, the cyberspace is not safe enough the way we want it to be. So if at all possible, although not necessarily connected with the AI, but if at all possible, I think there should be a protocol where there is a disinformation campaign, there is targeted assault against women. If Meta can collaborate with ICT, with the government, it's part of our commitment to the people that we want safety, not just physically on the ground, but also in the cyberspace. And I think there is an opportunity to address the issue. In general, going back to your capacity question, we foresee an education system that will build our next generation as good, principled individuals with the right tools and resources to succeed professionally, academically, and as a person in their real life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahadi sir. I think that's very, very well said. For one last round of comments, and then we can move on. Mahadi Amin sir, because you already have the mic, I will ask you. You mentioned a lot on the industry-academia linkage, how this needs to be more linked. We have seen given examples that how private sector can come in more. In this room we have corporations, startups, SMEs, multilateral, bilateral development partners, ecosystem players. What are the next steps to improve these linkages for the academia? What are the three things that in your mind, if this happens, this will really improve the industry academic linkage and will help talents across the country?
Firstly, definitely we need to create connectivity. Seminars like this, events like this should take place more often, and we need to create those synergies that have been missing link, right? For instance, I'm part of Education Ministry and Rehan Bhai is part of ICT Ministry. I can give just one example, which Rehan Bhai is working on passionately. There are high-tech parks in many cities under the ICT division. Now, in those high-tech parks, there are nearby universities, colleges, engineering universities, but there is no linkage as such. If you see everywhere when there is an industry cluster, it's part of a broader ecosystem. The local universities, public institutions are connected with the businesses and industries located in those industry clusters. And in many ways, the startups which come out of those educational institutions are empowered to have a place in those industry clusters. That hasn't taken place. For instance, if we take an example of Rajshahi, there is Rajshahi University, there is RUET, there is Rajshahi College, and there is a nearby high-tech park. We want to create that ecosystem where the university professors and students have access to the high-tech park. When they have brilliant idea, we can fund them having office spaces, having R&D facilities in the high-tech park. And vice versa, high-tech park should be encouraged to have, let's say, career fairs in those nearby institutions, on-campus recruitment from those places. So that synergies, that ecosystem has been missing, and I think there is a clear opportunity. We are in a way fortunate having Rehan Bhai has a track record of excellence, the background that he has. I think it's a good opportunity for the government, for us, to have more interministerial collaboration, having more that industry academia synergies to solve this problem. That's one side. Second is in terms of curriculum, it's a bit backdated. Everyone accepts this. The curriculum should be more relevant to what the industry needs. We have a plan to introduce optional courses. Depending on the desire of the students, they can take any relevant courses that will help them for their jobs. For instance, it could be courses on freelancing. It could be course on ICT. It could be course on entrepreneurship. It could be course on AI, on robotics, on machine learning, anything. That could be 3 to 6 months course, optional course. Universities can take those and students can have free courses in the university structure that can help them get aligned with the real world expectations or requirements. Many of you know National University it has the highest number of unemployed graduates. We are working on their curriculum as well, having industry academia linkage and introducing new mandatory courses which will have industry relevance. We also plan to introduce career service in every university. So every university will have a dedicated career service office that will train students how to write resumes, how to do CVs, how to apply for jobs. And there will be career service consultants as well, as we see in many Western countries or other universities.